So I'll start Occupy Victoria. Why are you guys here?
Well, I'm here today because I've learned that the gap between the rich and the rest of us in Canada is growing faster than it is in the United States, even though we haven't gotten to the point of inequality that they are there. But I don't want to get there. I want us to, instead of having eroding equality, to create more equality, because you know, if people are students who are still paying off student loans, if people are, you know, not able to afford to buy a house, you know, all of these kinds of things that my parents' generation took for granted. You know, granted my parents are sort of white privileged folks in the middle class, but those opportunities are decreasing for most people in Canada, and I think that that's wrong, and I think that we have to work for a more fair country.
So your parents are a few years older?
Well, they're a few years older than me.
Okay.
And I say, even if the National Post and right-wing think tanks are concerned about the growing income inequality in Canada, then it makes sense that, you know, it really is a problem. We have to deal with it.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so I'm here. I guess I've got this sign right now, but I have also written and gave away earlier a sign that just says "I care." And I care about you and all of this you and our planet and our children's future. And I think for this, with reference to Karl Marx, what matters to me is that he really articulated a clear critique of capitalism, and that critique still stands, and I think capitalism is sort of starting to show some very serious breaks, and the fault lines are showing quite clearly. And I really want to challenge us as a society and each of us individually to explore how we are complicit in systems of domination of our earth, of this indigenous land that we stand on, men and women, where we are complicit in the domination of women, and of other peoples around the world, in the way that we, just in all the different ways that we live, and also for when it comes to rights for nature and for how we're dominant to the earth.
Okay, thank you.
I'm here with my sign, Earth is groaning, because I just don't think the system works. I think on so many fundamental levels and in so many different ways the system just is so broken, and it's time that it's repaired. And I think that, as was just said, the system is starting to show its cracks, and I think that we need to start looking at how we're really educating and caring for our own communities, as well as for the communities abroad. But it's not just in an education sense, but also in a health sense, and just in the way that we interact with one another, and in a financial sense. And yeah, so it's time just to fix the system.
Okay.
You know, I'm here for equality. The balance of power pretty much everywhere in the world is so unequal between the people and the government, and here in Canada, for us, it's made easy. We have it comfortably, and we think, why should we want to change anything when we have all the things we want? We have a house, we're comfortable. But it's...
Do you see this?
People need to be aware.
Do you see the system failing in Canada?
Yes.
Do you see the poverty in Canada now?
There is poverty in Canada.
Lots of poverty, right?
Yep, and
Lots of
people, you know, they were taking the people at the Olympics and poor people, impoverished people, and shunting them off to other places to get them out of the way. And
So what we're doing is we're actually pushing them away that
Yes.
are actually good human beings.
Yes,
Why?
because they don't want to deal with it and acknowledge that it's a problem, that it's there.
Thank you.
It just wants to be ignored, so yes.
I appreciate